I am so excited for today's video because this month, and to be honest, today's content in particular marks the start of what I would call an even more personal side to my blogging and vlogging endeavours. I realised that I talk so much about MEN1, but there are certain bits I keep back because I just feel like it's too much information or too much detail, or people won't be interested or they won't agree. And it's caused me a struggle with my authenticity, and I feel like what I really want to do is be just super open, super transparent, because ultimately if something has helped me, it may well help you too, and I don't want to have to hold back. I don't want to have to filter too much, and I want it to be up to you what you take and what you leave, and please share that with me so that I know what's working for other people as well. So a little preamble to say that this video today, the article that's linked, there's going to be a more personal side to my adventures here. I'm excited to share it with you. So the first thing to say is that I'm in a bit of a celebration month at the moment. I had news very recently that my bone density after my latest DEXA scan in March this year has actually increased, and this is after 3 years of basically successive decreasing of bone density. So my bones have been getting weaker and weaker and weaker for 3 years. And then I had my latest scan and the results have shown an increase. So the T-score and the Z-score have come back positive rather than negative. And I'm absolutely over the moon because I was given the impression that the only way I would be able to restore my bone density was with medication or with surgery, parathyroid surgery. And that even if I had those, the likelihood is that it wouldn't restore the bone density, it would just stop it from decreasing anymore. So in that sense, somehow I've bucked the trend, and it's amazing because it's really showing me that what I have done with my health over the past, particularly 5 years, has been paying off. And to see it in like evidence form, to see it in scans and results and readings is so gratifying. But I have to mention a caveat, which is that I've had to go through all these 5 years detaching myself from the outcome of those results, because I think if I only continued this journey because everything always came back positive, increasing rather than decreasing or getting smaller rather than bigger, I'd never have carried on. I'd have lost hope. I'd have lost faith. I've gone like this. I've gone like that. It's been like that. It's been an absolute roller coaster, but I am consistently seeing a real improvement in my results coming back. And it is the most gratifying, rewarding experience ever. And this is very much happening, I'd say, since the beginning of 2024, particularly this month. It's just starting out so well for me, and I'm really, really chuffed, and I'm so excited because being more of a personal blog and having more of a personal nature to this blog, I can now jump in and start sharing the nitty-gritty, start sharing the specifics of it with you, but also encouraging you to kind of do the research and the exploration and that for yourself, like work out what works for you. Because I can share with you, literally, I can write down on a piece of paper everything I do from 7 a.m. till 9 o'clock at night, and you could do the same thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's always going to get you the same results. And I think what's important is being in this community or around people who are curious enough to want to explore that for themselves and find out what works for them. So what I'm sharing with you is what works for me, and I would love it if you took it and you tried it, or you found a version of it that works for you, and come back and share it and tell me, because if I am healing this condition, and that's never what I thought I would say with MEN1, if I'm healing this condition, not cure, that's very different. If I'm putting stops in place to help myself get better with MEN1 when the prognosis says you can't really get better, like it just does what it does, and that's working for me, I don't think I'm the only person who can do it. I think there must be other people out there. And what I would say is, and it's the final note that I'll end on, be really careful which preconceptions you latch onto with MEN1, particularly if they were never yours in the first place. Be careful which beliefs you inherit. Be careful what you choose to believe, what you latch onto, and that therefore creates your reality with this condition. Because if I sat here now still believing what I was told at the age of 12 upon diagnosis, what I was told at the age of 14 upon my first surgery, at 17 upon my next surgery, there's no way I'd not have symptoms now. There's no way I'd be symptom and surgery free. There's no way I'd be stable. I've had to really rewire the way that I look at this condition. It's about what goes on in here more than anything else that I put in here or I put on here. So be wary of what you latch onto and just take the parameters off, take the boundaries off, and start looking into what works for you. And you can take inspiration from my page. You're absolutely welcome to. I run my podcast basically so that you can hear these different perspectives and have fun with it, enjoy it, absolutely love it. Like, I've been on such a roller coaster, but it's been so enjoyable at the same time. I've discovered so many different things I didn't know, parts of my health improving that I wouldn't have even thought would be touched by what I'm doing, including MEN1. I didn't start out in this thinking that MEN1 was going to change, because again, I had that, like, this is a genetic disorder and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, that's how it happens. But that's just not been the case for me. And it's like, wow, like, you know, I'm on this road and I'm going to continue down it. And I would absolutely love for you to, like, come and join me with that. And if you want to do that, check out the links in the description box below, because the more you get involved in the community, the more I can share with you, and the further we can all kind of go together. But I'll just leave you again with that note, like, think big, take the parameters off, explore, take what works, leave what doesn't, and whatever you do, any preconceptions that you have, whether they are someone else's or whether they're your own, just be really mindful of, like, is this belief serving me? Is this belief getting me to where I want to go? And if it's not, change it. And I'm so excited to hear what it is that your journey looks like as you're going through it. We can do it together. That's what's so exciting about it.